بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. And let's continue with where we stopped last time. Um, we were almost finishing this page, but there was just, we stopped on بحسبي where we had to discuss a few things. Sometimes my screen takes a bit of time to load, so just give it some time. Okay. I have a question about the last paragraph. You said that يعدل can be لازم متعدي ومتعدي بحرف. Yes. And it has slightly different meanings depending on the harf jar that it comes with or how you construct the sentence. So maybe we can start with that question. You can ask the question and then we can continue from where we stopped.
Okay, so you said that the dilu here was dilu was a mutaddi biharf and the an was its harf and fi makan and akhir was maful bihi. Did I get that right? An indirect maful for dilu.
We said it was a مفعول به or we said it was a متعلق?
That's where I wrote maful bihi and that's what I wanted to confirm. It's a jar majroor phrase
Yes.
and I wrote that it's an indirect maful. That's what I wanted to confirm. Is it a mutallaq?
I think it's a
It's not going to
متعلق.
be full, right?
We said it's a
Yes,
مفعول به?
we spoke about an, يعدل an.
Yeah.
So,
يعدل عن. Yes.
so that portion is the maful bi, whom you're turning up from, and fi makanin akhar is the
Uh,
mutallaq.
yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That is correct.
So okay, and we know is also harf jar,
Yes.
but because it's coming as a the harf, this particular tilka siga, this phrase is going to be a maful, indirect maful. That's what
Yes.
we're saying.
Yes.
So I think what I'm confused is we had a jar majroor phrase before, fi makan and akhir, and now this also looks like a jar majroor phrase, until kal sigat. So how do we determine this?
So it depends with the harf. You see, like I told you before, يعدل comes with عن, يعدل comes with إلى, عن إلى. And then يعدل also comes with fi, but if it comes with fi, it comes with the meaning of justice and ruling. So obviously fi here cannot be cannot be للتعدية. It's not connected. It's not the harf that comes with يعدل in this case. Why? Because when it comes with fi, it comes with the meaning of justice. And here we're not talking about the meaning of justice. Here we're just talking about moving from one subject matter to another subject matter. So you're moving from an, and sometimes they use min from, but the correct harf jar is an. So you're moving away from this and you're moving towards something else, right? So that kind of ta'diyah, that harf jar, then is serving as a maf'ul bihi, because you're moving from this place to that place. So it's muta'addi bi harf in that sense.
So we would have to. I'm trying to make my mind understand that when it's mutaddi bihar, then it's talking about a maful. Is that correct? I'm trying to make that connection.
Yes. In a sense, yes. Because, okay, look, what is the whole concept of a ta'diyah, of muta'addi bi harf? You have a lazim fi'l, a fi'l that is lazim. Lazim fi'l does not take a maf'ul bihi. But I want to force it to sort of like speak as if it takes on a maf'ul bihi. Because when we um, when we talk about majhul, when we take the active form of a verb and we make it passive, what normally happens? What kind of change happens? So for example, if I say, um, I'm trying, yes, I ate an apple. I ate an apple is a normal active sentence that has a maf'ul bihi. I am the doer, eating is the verb, and then apple is the maf'ul bihi. But I want to remove the doer. I don't want to say that I did it. I want to make it majhul. So I would say, I would take the maf'ul bihi and make it the نائب فاعل. So I'll say an apple, which was the مفعول به, was eaten. Right? So I'll take the
Yeah.
مفعول به and make it نائب فاعل. So the idea now is that we're bringing in a مفعول به into the equation. So the same thing
Okay.
with لازم and متعدي. لازم is a verb that does not take a مفعول به. But when we make it متعدي, what are we doing? We are forcing it to take a مفعول به. For example, جلست, I sat down. I sat down. There's no مفعول به in that equation. But then I want to make it متعدي. So I say أجلسته. I made him sit down. So what is this him? It's a مفعول به. So I'm introducing a مفعول به into the world of لازم. So by making a لازم فعل متعدي, I'm introducing a مفعول به. That's the whole idea of تعدية.
I understand. Now we have to then determine if we're talking about a mutaddi biharf or not. And that's how we
Yes,
will make this distinction. Okay.
exactly.
Jazakallah khair.
But remember when we're talking, when it's not متعدي بحرف, then it just has to do with justice and equality and عدل. If there's no harf involved. And the only harf that is involved in this idea is fi. But any other harf like an, ila, min, bi, all this, they have to do with moving from one context to the other.
Jazakallah khair. I understood now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, cool. Okay. Any other questions from? Okay. Yeah, we can just go through وقد يستعمل. We can start from there. So he says وقد يستعمل في مكان ما, and he could use in one instance or in one place في مكان ما, and we said that this ما is ما مبهمة, some place, مكان ما, some day, يوم ما, right? So whenever you have this idea of an ambiguous time or place, it's always a ظرف. So some day, some week, some year, you don't know exactly what it is. It's very ambiguous. This ma is what we call ma mubhama. So in some place, he's not being specific. He's just saying that he could use it in some place, صيغة, a certain صيغة or a صيغة, ثم يعدل في مكان آخر عن تلك الصيغة. Then he moves away in another place from that صيغة that he used. So he would use this صيغة in one place, and then he moves away from that صيغة that he used in another place, في مكان ما, or في مكان آخر, in another place, right? فيحولها إلى صيغة أخرى بحسب ما يقتضيه السياق. And therefore he changes the صيغة, he changes to another صيغة. So he moves from one صيغة to another. يعدل عن إلى, you can translate it as he changes from this to that. يعدل عن إلى. So he changes it, فيحولها إلى صيغة أخرى. He changes it into another form, in another صيغة. Why or how? بحسب ما يقتضيه السياق. In a way that conforms with the context, or according to what the context requires, and the معنى and the meaning. Any questions on this paragraph before we talk about بحسب or بحسب?
This فيحولها إلى, this إلى is related to يحولها, right?
In this case, yes. In this
Okay.
case, فيحولها إلى. This إلى goes back to
Okay.
يحول. But يعدل also comes sometimes with إلى. If I want to say to move from this to this, I would use عن إلى. Or if I just want to say I move away from this, I would just use عن.
Yeah. When you say like this, move from this to this, so this إلى is like attached to يعدل. It feels like it's يعدل, attached to يعدل.
Oh
That's
no,
why.
not in this particular instance. In this particular
Yeah.
instance, this إلى goes to يحول. You're right. Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So
Thank
the
you.
only harf that is attached to يعدل in this case is عن.
Okay.
Although sometimes it can come with both. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
That was my question.
Yes,
Can it come with both?
yes.
Even though if it follows يهوله, even
So
then it can.
if this verb was not there, عن تلك الصيغة إلى صيغة أخرى, what would we do with this إلى? We would say this إلى is متعلق to يعدل, goes back to يعدل.
You can have two of them.
Yes. Both of them can come in. Just like in English, we say you change the subject from this to this.
Oh,
Or I can just simply say you change the subject from this. I don't have to say to this. Right? Like you digressed from this subject to this subject. Or you just digressed from this subject. Same thing. It can happen. Yeah. And in fact, most of the times you would see that that's the case. Because if you're going to change from a certain topic, you will move to a certain topic. So to show that change, you would see that ila coming here. But because he mentioned this verb, فَيُحَوِّلُهَا, now يُحَوِّلُهَا ila. So that goes, ila goes back to يُحَوِّلُ. Clear? Any other questions there?
so
All right.
that's okay.
Okay, so let's talk about بِحَسْبِ أو بِحَسَبِ. Now, hasb, the reason why I was confused last time is because it's one of those words that have several ways of doing i'rab. Yeah. So, and because of that, I picked one and I forgot the other one. So it has several ways of doing i'rab, and it depends with how it appears in the text. It's one of those words. Just know that. Now, hasb, this word hasb, it's divided first of all into two categories. When it comes as a mudaf and when it doesn't come as a mudaf. In other words, when it gets a mudaf ilayhi and when it doesn't get a mudaf ilayhi. Let's start with when it doesn't get a mudaf ilayhi. When it doesn't get a mudaf ilayhi, it behaves like ba'du, qablu, right? So it just becomes hasbu, becomes like that. And we do the i'rab the same way we do the i'rab of qat. فحسب فقط. I sent to you the i'rab of qat. It's the same as the i'rab of hasb. How do we do it? We look at what came before it. If something proper came before it, then hasbu would become hal. So if it follows a proper, it becomes hal. If it follows a nakira, it becomes sifa. That's how you do the i'rab of it. If it doesn't get a mudaf ilayhi. Is that part clear? Before we continue to the other complicated part. So that's one
Can
way
you
of looking
repeat
at
it just one more time?
Okay. Hasbu, you do the i'rab of it if it doesn't come with a mudaf ilayhi. That's one thing you look at. When you see hasb, you check, does it have a mudaf ilayhi or doesn't it have a mudaf ilayhi? If it doesn't have a mudaf ilayhi, first of all, it's going to have a dhamma, just like ba'du, just like qablu, right? And then how do you do the i'rab? You will look at what came before. If what came before is proper, then hasbu would be what? Would be a hal, because معرفة بعدها something is going to be a hal in this case. Normally we say معرفة بعدها الجملة, right? But right now I'm telling you معرفة بعدها حسب is going to be a hal. The hasb is going to be hal. And if it is nakira before it, then hasb is going to be hal. Same concept. معرفة بعدها something, nakira بعدها something. That's the concept, right? So that's how you look at hasb if it doesn't have a mudaf ilayhi. Same thing you do with qat. If qat follows a proper, it's going to be hal. If qat follows a nakira, it's going to be sifa. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So now let's move to hasb when it takes on a mudaf ilayhi. Like in this case, it has a mudaf ilayhi, right? Now this is where it gets a bit tricky because there's so many ways of doing it. Okay? Now, if you look at it, is it a pronoun or not a pronoun? That's another thing. So if it is a pronoun, and we're going to see shortly, I think he uses hasbuk. Like for example, hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakil, or hasbuk, or bihasbik. These are some of it. So if the mudaf ilayhi is a pronoun attached to it, then hasb in this case will be we do the i'rab as mubtada, what I was telling you, right? So just remember, hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakil, we will treat hasbi as a mubtada, and whatever comes after it is going to be the khabar. Okay, so if it is attached, if there's a pronoun attached to it, we're going to look at it as mubtada khabar. Now, if it comes with a ma, like in this case, how do we do the i'rab? Now, here's where it gets a bit tricky. Now, hasb, first of all, yes, Sayyida Samia, go ahead. 'Cause I know this is a tricky one.
Yeah. Okay. So when it comes with the pronoun, it acts like a mubtada, right? So in
Yes.
this case, we are taking this hasb as a masdar ism.
In the case where it is a mubtada,
With the pronoun, yeah, with the pronoun, and it has become a mubtada. That means we are taking it. It's a proper idafa construction, right?
yeah, it's an
Ism
ism.
to- Yeah.
Even here it's an ism, because only an ism can be a mudaf.
Okay. So but
Right.
here, as an ism, is it a masdar?
In this case, بحسب
Yeah.
ما or بحسبك.
No, hasbu.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Look at it as a masdar, yes.
Okay. Jazakallah.
Okay. Actually, not a masdar as such. Oh, It's
May I
a
know why it
difficult
should
one
be
to
masdar?
translate. Go ahead.
May I know the reason why it should be a masdar in a hasbuk?
No, what, like, for example, if you have it without mudaf ilayhi, you're taking it, so you're taking in the concept of according to something like that. But when you say hasbuk, it is like your sufficiency of yours.
But
This
it's
is a
not
masdar.
sufficiency, it's sufficient. Like a lot.
No, when it is a masdar, so it will be like sufficiency, the concept of sufficiency, the sufficiency of yours. So in that case, it will be like a masdar. I'm just suggesting, that's all.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but I'm trying to understand it as a masdar, but it's I don't think it is a masdar. I have to go.
Is hasba masdar? Is hasba masdar? Besides all the explanation, hasb
Yes,
is
that's the question.
yeah. That is what we are arguing about, isn't it? Whether this is acting like a masdar or it is acting like a harf.
It's not a harf, it's an ism.
Ism, like what kind of ism would you say? Is it what kind of an ism will you put it into? Zarf or something like what?
So it's just ism. It's just like qat. It's just an ism.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's complete the explanation. Maybe it will become clear, inshallah.
I hope so. So it's just an ism, just like you have qat is also an ism. Only we translate this as only sometimes in when we use it as hasb as qat, we just mean only, right? So only is also like it can come off as a sifa sometimes. Anyway, let me not go into that world. Let me just explain what is happening here, and hopefully that will become clearer. So now, when hasb comes with ma, first of all, there are two ways in which it can be written. So it can be written as the way we are seeing, hasb, and then the ma is detached, or it can be written as hasba ma, with the ma attached, right? So when the ma is attached directly, this tells you that this ma is masdariya. Anytime you see the ma is attached, then that ma is going to be masdariya. And anytime that ma is detached, ma is going to be mawsula. All right? So that's one thing to note about this ma. Now, how do we do the i'rab of this ma, of this hasb? We will do the i'rab of this hasb as na'ib maf'ul mutlaq. Now, I just introduced something else. Yeah, it's a jamid. I know it's an I don't know that it's jamid. Maybe. Because even the verb, it doesn't have a verb. Like there's no verb that you can trace it back to. So that's something I need to look into further to understand, like, but I don't think it's a masdar, and I don't think it's yeah. I will look into that inshallah. But the idea here is that there's another verb, wafaqa, wifqan, where we get according to. Where we get this meaning of according to is wafaqa. It conforms to this. It agrees with this. Wafaqa, it agrees to this. So because the word is different from wifqan. It's not wifqan that we use. It's not فيحولها إلى صيغة أخرى وفقا للسياق مثلا. It's not وفقا للسياق. We are using حسب. حسب is replacing that masdar. The hasb is replacing the masdar that means according to. And that's why we are saying نائب عن المفعول المطلق. It's not مفعول مطلق itself, it's the نائب, because it doesn't come from the same word وفق. I know that's a lot. It's a
Can
lot
you repeat
to.
it again? I'm so sorry. Can you repeat it again?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Okay. So in this context, where it means according to, so we know that بحسب ما يقتضيه means according to. Now this according to, it is taking the place of a masdar, a مفعول مطلق. And the مفعول مطلق is وفقا. The مفعول مطلق that is taking the place is وفقا, which means according to. So this has, because it is taking the place of that masdar, right? Which is not from the same root letters. This goes back to the whole concept of نائب عن المفعول المطلق. It goes back, so that's why we are saying that hasb is a نائب مفعول مطلق. Now, if you don't understand what that means, let me give you a cheat code. If you see بحسب, if you see حسب ما يقتضيه السياق, whenever you see this kind of phrase, or حسب ما ورد في السياق, حسب ما يرد في السياق. If you see this kind of idea where it says according to, just know that hasb is going to be نائب مفعول مطلق. I think that would be easier to understand as opposed to going into the grammar behind it. Because if we go into the grammar behind it, we're going to do a lot of gymnastics and we might confuse ourselves. So when you see حسب ما أو حسب السياق or حسب ما ورد في السياق, this kind of terminology, then you know that حسب is نائب مفعول مطلق. Yes, Sayyida Samia.
Ilham, if it already means like as per, according to, why do we need a be here?
So now this B is harf jar,
Mm.
and then the hasb is going to be ism majroor. And then together, they're going to be نائب مفعول مطلق في محل نسب. So it's going to be
Yeah,
في a محلي thing.
do we need a be here?
Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not there. It's زائد. Sometimes it's زائدة, sometimes you can use it, sometimes you don't. يعني yeah.
Okay.
Just like in English, you can say in accordance to or according to.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. So it can come directly, right? You know, حسب ما.
Yeah, you can come directly. You can say إلى صيغة أخرى حسب ما يقتضيه السياق. And if you do حسب ما like that, it's going to have a fatha on it and it's going to be نائب مفعول مطلق.
Okay. Okay. And how do you differentiate between them? But it has been it's literally stuck into my mind. You know, how do you differentiate whether this is a masdar or whether it is the other one?
I don't understand the question. What do you mean? What do you mean the other one? Which one? Which other one? The one that means only?
Yeah, the one that means only or according to, because whether it comes with a mudaf or whether it doesn't come with a mudaf alayh. So it
Yes.
is literally calculated like according to, as per, right? So how do you differentiate, you know, which hasp is this?
Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just create a new page here. And I'm just going to write, because I think if you see it, perhaps it becomes clearer. Okay, so we're saying that we have hasb. Where's the back? Here. So hasb, we are saying that the first one, we are saying it's hasb. So I'm going back to the beginning. Hasb without يعني minus مضاف إليه. Okay? Or was this concept understood? Hasb minus مضاف إليه. When it doesn't come with a مضاف إليه. Can I skip this one?
Yeah, you can skip this one.
Okay. So now let's start with plus a مضاف إليه. So we have hasb plus a مضاف إليه. Now the first one that we have, hasb plus مضاف إليه, is if it comes with a pronoun. So مع ضمير plus a pronoun. In this case, we have, for example, hasbuk or hasbi Allah.
How would you translate this?
Allah is sufficient for me. Or hasbuk, it suffices you. It's enough for you. That's why we translate as mubtada.
Okay.
Enough is for you. Yeah? It's a weird, like hasb means yakfi, enough, or kafa.
Okay.
So
Okay.
enough is for you. Sufficient is for you. That's how they normally translate it. So in this particular case, hasbuk, hasbi Allah, and all this, we will treat it as the i'rab will be mubtada.
Got it.
Okay? And then you have, when it comes as, when the mudaf ilayhi is something else. Okay? Ma or whatever, something else.
Okay.
But most of the time it's going to come with ma or a masdar. حسب السياق مثلا.
Okay.
Yeah. So according to the context or in accordance with the context. So ma or something else. In this particular case, then let me give an example. So hasba. And we've said it can either be written as hasba ma like this, or it can be written as separately hasba ma. And the only difference is that one is ma masdariya, one is ma mawsula. Or, for example, we can have hasb as-siyaq.
Okay.
And here in this particular case, then the i'rab would be نائب مفعول مطلق.
How would you translate this?
According to, in accordance to, or yeah, according to.
According to. Okay.
And of course, if the be is there, in accordance to, or yeah, just similar phrasing. It translates to the same thing.
So in all these three scenarios, the one with the zamir has a different translation.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
So that is masdar. Then the rest of them are as per according to something, right? That is what I was thinking.
If you're looking at the mudaf ilayhi only, if the one that is, so all of them have different meanings, if you've noticed. So if it doesn't come with a mudaf ilayhi, we translate it as only. Only Ahmad came. Ahmad,
Okay.
جاء أحمد فقط. Or جاء
Okay.
أحمد فحسب. When I say جاء أحمد فحسب, I'm saying only Ahmad came. So I'm translating as something else. Here, you understand. So in hasbuk, sufficient is, only enough is, right? And then hasba ma or hasba as-siyaq, according to. So they have, that's why I was even confused the first time, because they mean different things. They have the same i'rab, they're written the same way, and they're considered the same word, but they mean different things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Any other questions? I know it's going to take some time to like really, but just know that, well, there's the i'rab where we do it as a mubtada, there's the i'rab where we do it as a na'ib maf'ul mutlaq, and if it doesn't come with a mudaf ilayhi, we deal it either with, we treat it as either hal or sifa. So all these different ways. And of course there's one more that I'm not going to mention. There's one more i'rab that it's not important, let's just say.
If this is like naib al-maf'ul mutlaq, so it will always end up into a jumla failure, right?
It is considered part of a جملة فعلية, yes. Because every time you see مفعول
okay.
مطلق, there could be a فعل,
Mm.
either the فعل is apparent, you can see it, or the فعل is محذوف.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
is a failure sentence, right?
Yes. And in this case,
Okay.
the فعل, sorry, or the مفعول or the مصدر is محذوف.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair.
Yeah.
Sorry, one thing. You said
Yes.
naib maf'ul mutlaq, but the masdar is mahzoof. Is that what you just said?
Yes. Or the فعل that is acting on the. So there are certain things that, okay, not the master, sorry, I meant isim fa'il. So sometimes you can have an isim fa'il that is acting as a verb, or a fi'il that is the verb, or anything else, or even a masdar that acts as a verb. So in these particular cases, the thing that is making it a maf'ul mutlaq, it could either be a verb, it could be an isim fa'il, or a masdar if it's acting as a verb.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so anything that acts as a verb can have a maf'ul bihi, can have a maf'ul mutlaq, and so on and so forth. All right. Okay. So let's go back. So now that we understand that this hasb, we're going to treat it as naib, maf'ul, mutlaq. But of course, there's a harf jar. So that harf jar is working on it, and that's why it's bihasbi, and it's not bihasba. It's bihasbi because harf jar. If the harf jar was not there, we would just say hasba. حسب ما يقتضيه السياق or حسب السياق. And so how do we do the إعراب? بحرف جر حسب اسم مجرور, and then together they're going to form نائب عن المفعول المطلق في محل نصب, right? And then of course we've said that the ما is going to be مضاف إليه because it needs a مضاف إليه in this case, and because it's separated, you can see there's a gap here, this ما is going to be موصولة like we did last time, right? And of course there's a slight difference between ما مصدرية and ما موصولة. ما مصدرية will give you the idea, ما موصولة will give you the thing. So for example, بحسب, if we are to treat it as اسم موصول, we are saying in according to the thing that the context necessitates. But if I treat it as ma masdariya, then I will translate it as according to the requirement. So now requirement becomes like a masdar, an idea, according to the requirement of the text or of the context or the siyaq. So that's just a simple understanding of ma masdariya, ma mawsula. And of course, the ha goes back to the dhamir. This is what we call a'id, right? Whenever we talked about isim mawsul, a'id was a big discussion there. And as-siyaqu is actually the fa'il of يقتضيه. We talked about this last time. And al-ma'na is متعلق to, it's ma'tuf to as-siyaq. Now is that sentence a little bit clearer?
Mr. Ilham, can you please repeat again bihasbi ma, how you it is a ma mausul and how you're translating it as?
In according to what? So in حرف جار, حسب according, ما what, يقتضيه it necessitates. What necessitates? The سياق necessitates. So السياق, the context and the meaning requires it or necessitates it. I mean, I just did a very, I don't know if you understood, but it's a very direct literal translation. Maybe I can write it down so that you can see it. So I'm going to translate it literally so that you can see the parts. And then we can mix it up and see. Okay. Why is it not writing?
So it would be like according to what the siyaq and the money demands.
Yes. Okay, I don't know why it's not right. Okay, there we go. In accordance to what the...
Sister Ilham, the hasb is actually hasba, right? It's just because it's not having mudaf ilayhi, it became hasbu. And if it has majroor, then it is taking hasbi. Otherwise, it would be basic natural form is hasba.
If it means according to, yes. Like if it comes with a mudaf ilay. Remember, just like ba'du and qablu, what happens when you give it a mudaf ilay? It goes with the flow. But if you reject to give it a mudaf ilayhi, it says, I'm just going to take a dhamma. So I'm just going to be hasbu. But then you give it a mudaf ilayhi, it becomes hasba because it's a naib maf'ul mutlaq. But if it comes, if you slap it with a harf jar, it becomes bihasbi. So yeah,
Yeah.
this is hasb for you. It's a lot. Okay, subhanallah. Allah al-musta'an. Okay. Now it's responding, it's not responding. No codings. Yeah, my computer is becoming old, so I need to think about that in accordance to what the...
Ah, you're talking about computers. We all are getting old.
Yes, it's aging with me.
I have a lot of gray hairs. You don't know.
Alhamdulillah, gray hair is a sign of wisdom. So yeah,
It's a natural gray. I didn't dye it, okay?
I know, wisdom. Lots of wisdom, mashallah. So Sayyidah Fahima, this is a literal translation of that in accordance to what the context and meaning demands.
Yeah, Jazakallah khair. I'll just copy that.
Okay. Any other questions?
No, Jazakallah.
All right. So now here we're just going to cruise over because we had already done the understanding of this. We know what the siyaq is talking about. So he says, فَمِن ذَلِكَ, and I think this is straightforward. We've done this structure quite a bit. So it could be isti'nafiya in this case, or it could be harf ataf, or it could be fa at-tafri'a actually, in this case, branching off from that discussion. So what is fa at-tafri'a? I mentioned this a little bit briefly. You have fa fasiha, and then you have fa at-tafri'a. Fa fasiha is where you have a hidden sentence, a hidden jumla shartiya, and then this fa is telling you there's a sentence that is hidden. And then you have fa tafriya, is a fa that branches off. Farra'a means to branch off. Furu'a, branches. So many, actually, banks, a branch of a bank is called far'a. Or just different branches would be called furu'a. So this fa is branching off from the previous discussion. It's sort of like, it mentions a discussion and then it branches off to give you something else, in a sense. So that's fa at-tafriya. Not to dwell so much on that. This fa, like I said, it could just be isti'nafiya. We take it as a new sentence and we continue. Min harf jar, dhalika isim majroor. And of course, together is going to be muta'alliq to something. How do we know what it is muta'alliq to? We look what comes next. قوله مبتدأ. Right? So قوله فمن ذلك قوله. So that's going to be our mubtada. I'm going to just finish this page and then Arshi, you can take off from the next page because there's not much going on here. And this is something that we have done quite a bit. So فمن ذلك, this is going to be متعلق بالخبر or متعلق بقوله. And then of course قوله, قوله, مضاف, the attached pronoun, مضاف إليه, together, مبتدا. And then تعالى, we've done several times. تعالى is the hal of the ضمير ها there. And of course, everything that comes after it would be the badal of قوله in this case, or عطف بيان if you want to consider it as عطف بيان, right? And again, وقوله, so this قوله goes back to that قوله, right? So this is معطوف, اسم معطوف. And then again, this one would be a badal of قوله. We've done this structure. And I guess unless somebody has a question on this particular section, but it's a bit straightforward, I think. We are tafriya. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. As long as we are spreading knowledge. Okay, and again, وقوله واو حرف عطف. قوله goes back to the previous قوله, so it's اسم معطوف. في حرف جار. مكان آخر, so مكان اسم مجرور, and then آخر صفة to مكان. نكرة بعد يعني this, you can see the four properties are matching. So مكان آخر, and we've done آخر so many times. It is غير منصرف. It is partly, it is, do we call it partly flexible? Yes, I think in بين terminology. So it doesn't take a kasra, it doesn't take tanween. So that would be
Is it called
that's it.
ممنوع من الصرف?
Yes, ممنوع من الصرف أو غير منصرف. Okay. Same thing. This particular section is just going to be a بدل of قوله or عطف بيان to that. Okay, so that structure is just repeating in this section. Now we can begin, we can continue from فأنت ترى. Okay, however few minutes we have left, Arshi, maybe we can just finish this paragraph if we make it, then we can stop there.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سوف حرف استئنافية. أنت is our first pronoun, so أنت is مبتدأ, and from ترى المقالة is خبر في محل رفع, and inside bracket ترى is فعل مضارع فاعله أنت, and أنه قال is مفعول به to ترى,
Yes.
and again inside bracket أنه is مبتدأ, أن حرف نصب, and who is اسمه أن together it is مبتدأ, and from قال في سورة قاف is again خبر في محل رفع, and inside bracket قال is فعل ماضي فاعله هو, في حرف جر سورة مجرور سورة مضاف, and قاف is مضاف إليه or في
Yes.
محل جر, and together it
Actually,
is
yeah,
متعلق
we can say that this
بقال.
is protected by the quotes because qaf is a proper name. It cannot change. It's always going to be qaf. So we can say, yeah.
Yeah, so في محل جر, like,
Yes. في
and this
محل
is
جر.
متعلق في سورة قاف is متعلق بقال,
Mhm.
and this bracket inside bracket the هذا شيء عجيب is مفعول به تقال مقولا
Yes.
قول
Yes.
مفعول به في محل نصب,
Yeah.
and the whole, I guess this whole bracket is خبر of أنت, correct?
It goes on. It doesn't end there.
Okay, so wow, حرف أت and في حرف جر خود مجهول.
Yeah. It won't be مجرور. It's
في
still
هود.
سورة. في
Yeah.
سورة قاف وفي سورة هود. So the surah is محذوف. But
Okay.
we understand that it is there.
Okay. So في محل جر, correct?
Yes.
This
Yes.
is
We
how
would say
it
في
is.
محل جر.
في and the bracket إن هذا لشيء عجيب is a قطع بيان of food, correct?
Mm.
Or بدل.
Look. Okay, so now we have to understand this wa.
No, okay. This is again
Yes.
مفعول به
Ah.
قال في محل
Yes.
نصب مقولا قول. Okay,
Yes.
so this is معطوف to previous ayah,
Yeah.
right?
So قال في وقال
Okay.
في وقال في. So there's a
Okay.
قال في that this wow is
Okay.
doing عطف to.
Okay. And this again واو حرف عطف, and في again حرف جر سورة مجرور, and سورة مضاف, and صاد is protected code bracket في محل جر,
Mhm. And of
and
course
this
هذا.
مفعول به مقولا قول
Mhm.
في محل نصب.
Okay, let's stop there. Let me
Am I
just
clear? Audible clearly?
yes, very clear today, alhamdulillah. Better than every day.
Okay. Okay.
So whatever you're doing today, keep doing that.
I'm doing nothing. I'm just asking.
Okay, alhamdulillah. Okay, so now let me explain this again. because I know Sayyidah Fahima is going to ask me to repeat wafi, hud, and all this ma'tuf. So let's understand. Okay. So he says anta is the mubtada, and everything that comes after that is going to be al khabar. Anta, all of this, right? You see all of this. That's the idea. But then you enter into the khabar, you have tara. And what do you see? ترى أنه قال في سورة هود. So what are you going to see? You're going to see this whole up to here. This is مفعول به of ترى. This whole thing that we just did. What are you going to see? You're going to see this and this and this and this. It's as if I said that. So you understand how this whole thing is a مفعول به of ترى. Now inside that ترى, you have another sentence that he said. It's not just you see this and this and this. If I just said in English, you see A, B, and C. You have three maf'ul bihis that are like they're connected. Not three maf'ul bihis, one maf'ul bihi connected by and, right? You see A and B and C. So you're seeing A and B and C as a maf'ul bihi, but they're connected by and. Same thing is happening in this case. So you're going to see all these things that are mentioned inside this bracket. And inside that bracket, أنه قال, he said, في سورة قاف. What did he say? He said this. This is what he said in Surah Qaf. So that is a maf'ul bihi. Wa is as if this, what we are missing here is وقال, the قال. So this wa is going back to قال, right? أنه قال في سورة هود وقال في سورة هود this. وقال في سورة صاد this. Okay? So I hope that structure is clear what's happening in that section and why we are saying that إن هذا لشيء عجاب. This whole section is a مفعول به. It's a مفعول به to this قال that is understood, that is connected back to the initial قال, this one. Questions? Yeah, so much to see. Okay, I think that's clear. So let's finish this up.
So
Can I try?
far,
Yes, go ahead.
yes, you
Yes.
can.
Okay, so ta would be ata,
Mm-hmm.
and then adala is fail madi,
Mm-hmm.
and min is half jar, ajibin is majroor, ila is again half jar, and jabin is majroor, and both of them are mutallaq to adala. This is the structure you talked about before. Are
Exactly.
they? The
So
min
you
is
see,
also
actually it's supposed to be adala an, but sometimes you can see they use min, but the correct harf jar is an.
okay. But whenever min comes, ila will come, or they can just come separately as well.
Yeah, it can be separate as well.
Wow, ata, zalika mubtada, then whatever follows is khabar. Inside the khabar is annahu, where anna is harf nasab and hu is ismu anna.
Mhm.
That's mubtada, and what follows is the khabar. Inside the khabar is tadarraja, which is fi'l mudari, so jumla fi'liya starts. fi'l-
تدرج. Is it فعل مضارع أو فعل ماضي؟
it's fi'l madi. Family
Yes.
5, ta'allama.
Yes.
There's jumla fi'liya fi'l madi, fi'l jadi is mutallaq, and bihasbi, now here B is harf jar, hasbi is majroor, and then quwwatihi is the mudaf ilayhi of hasbi here. So
Exactly.
quwwati is mudaf ilayhi, and then quwwati is mudaf, and he is mudaf ilayhi of that.
Mhm.
And the hasbi quwwatihi is mutallaq to the daraja. So in accordance to its strength.
But we said in this case, how do we do the i'rab of حسب?
Has is the
Just like the one we did
min
before.
Yeah.
حسب ما.
naib
Nice. Mutlaq.
Precisely.
will be
So
fi mahalli nasab.
exactly. Correct.
So this whole thing, the hasbi quwwatihi is naib maf'ul mutlaq of the daraja fi mahalli nasab.
Not tadarraja. Not of
Not the
tadarraja. The verb that is making it a naib maf'ul mutlaq is mahdhuf.
oh mahdhuf, right? And we
Yes.
don't know which one it is.
Yes. Yeah, we can understand from the context that it has to do with according to, wifqa, wafaqa.
Wifqa.
This is what it's referring to, but it's not mentioned here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then fa is up here,
Mm-hmm.
and he is half here, and surah is ism majroor, and then
Mm-hmm.
surah is again qaf, and qaf is mudaf ilayh, and then zakara is fi'l madi,
Uh-huh.
and so was mutallaq bil fi'l muqaddam. Would it have been like that?
Yes.
So surah qaf he mentioned. So this
Yes.
is fi surah qaf is mutallaq bil fi'l muqaddam.
Yes.
Zakara is fi'l madi, and then what follows is maf'ul bihi. Inside the maf'ul
Mm-hmm.
bihi is annahum, which is mubtada. What follows is khabar. Inside the khabar is ajibu, which is fi'l madi conversion. Then is min has jar, and what is that name? An-Nasriya, because what is this called? Muawwal. Masdar muawwal,
Yes,
making
this is
because of yaji.
what's happening. Okay, give me okay. Yeah, okay, go on.
And yaji make become majroor because of the min before it. So ism majroor.
Yes, so the masdar mu'awwal is going to be ism majroor, the whole of it.
Yes. And then after yaji is munzirun, which is maf'ul bihi to yaji. But
Yes,
it
not
be
مفعول به أن يجيء من يجيء.
munzirun. Let's say I read progress actually.
So the mundir is the one who is doing the coming. So it's going to be what?
File.
Exactly.
The munzirun is file, and minhum would be the mutallaq of munzirun from
Mm-hmm.
them,
Or
self, or it could be
yes. So mundirun minhum, a warner from them. What does from them sound like? Or from
sifa.
among, exactly. Sifa.
So it could be sifa to munzirun.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Good. And because it's common as well, yes, of course.
Yeah.
That that finishes the file, and then fa is ataf, qalu is fi'l madi conversion, and this is maf'ul bihi, maf'ul al-qawl, hadha shay'un ajibun.
And this هذا شيء عجيب would be?
Maf'ul bihi,
Yeah.
maf'ul al-qawl.
Yes, precisely. Okay, so let's repeat that one more time, and just to get all the concepts clear. So فعدل إما حرف عطف أو تفريع if you want to go that direction, or whatever. فعدل حرف عطف أو استئناف if you want to go that direction. فعدل من عجيب إلى عجاب. We've discussed this structure before in some details, so I hope that is in your minds. من عجيب, من حرف جار, عجيب اسم مجرور إلى another حرف جار عجاب another اسم مجرور and of course separately they're going to be متعلق to عدلة, they're both going back to عدلة. وذلك, we've said ذلك is the مبتدأ, and whatever comes after this is going to be our خبر, and then you enter into that خبر. You have أنه, this is clear. مبتدأ تدرج is the فعل which is at the beginning of the خبر. تدرج في العجب. تدرج is to progress. Like in Arabic we say steps, stairs. What are they called? They're called daraj. So تدرج is to go step by step, to progress, to sort of like to what's the word that I'm looking for? I've forgotten the word, but you understand, like to progress step by step, or to yeah. في العجب, in what sense? In terms of العجب. So in this case, actually, you can look at في العجب. I don't know what's happening with my screen. Okay. في العجب, you can look at it as a تمييز. When I say it is progressing, the question in your mind is in terms of what? Like it's ambiguous, right? Like you need to know how, in terms of what it is progressing. Is it in terms of height, in terms of weight, in terms of days? Like in what sense is it progressing? So you can see في العجب actually can serve as a تمييز. That's why jar majroor, you gotta watch out for jar majroor, because it's like a chameleon. It can be anything. It's just sitting there pretty like a jar majroor, but it could be a maf'ul bihi, it could be a sifa like we've just seen minhum, it could be a tamyiz, like in this case it's a tamyiz fil ujb, in terms of al ujb, amazement. So it is progressing in terms of amazement. And we've done bihasbi quite a bit. So I'm going to skip that unless there's a question. So hasb is the mudaf and quwwati is a mudaf ilayhi, and we've said that together it's going to be na'ib maf'ul mutlaq, because hasb here is a mudaf ilayhi, and that's how you deal with it. And then fa, harf atif. So now he goes, or it could be tafri, because he's explaining, or tafsil, actually it could be fa tafsil, because it's giving more in details. What does it mean? ففي سورة قاف, في حرف جار سورة اسم مجرور, and we've said that it's متعلق بذكر مقدم. We've already done that. ذكر فعل ماضي. ذكر ماذا? What did he mention? He mentioned this, whatever comes after it. So أنهم, this whole thing becomes our مفعول به, what he mentioned. And then inside that مفعول به, that أنهم عجبوا من أن يجيء منذر منهم. This is what they were amazed with. أنهم مبتدأ. أنهم عجبوا. عجبوا, again another فعل ماضي, which is the beginning of our خبر. So عجبوا, خبر مبتدأ, and then this خبر. And then we have عجبوا is فعل ماضي. عجبوا always comes with من. It is متعدي بمن. That's an important thing. We don't say directly, you are, just like in English actually, we say, you are amazed at. I was amazed at this person. I was amazed. Sometimes we use by, right? I was amazed by his intellect. Or I was amazed at their, whatever, something. So in English we use at or by, but in Arabic we use min. Amazed from. I know it's weird, but yeah, that's how. Ajibu min. You are amazed, min something. So min, again, you see harf jar. What is it doing? It's making it mutaaddi. So this min is actually going to be what? It's going to be maf'ul bihi fi mahalli nasab of ajibu, right? Harf jar is going to do you like that. Okay, and then we have min an yaji'a. And we've said an yaji'a, masdar mu'awwal together. This is a compound sifa. And of course, it's fi mahalli jar because it is the isim majroor of min, right? Yaji'a mundirun. We've already said that this mundirun is the fa'il of yaji'a. And of course, it's yaji'a because of an. It's not yaji'u. It's yaji'a. Mundirun minhum. Mundirun minhum. A warner from among them. A warner from them. Mawsuf sifa. We've already discussed that. فَقَالُوا, and as a result of that, they said, قالوا, we've done this so many times. What did they say? قالوا هذا شيء عجيب. Together, this is مقول القول في محل نسب. Questions. I know I've mentioned تمييز here, and I've mentioned مفعول به there.
Yeah, I have
Yes.
question. Tadarruja can be mustard because tadarrujan, that is because it is progressing.
Okay. Now let's understand that. أنه. When I say أنه and I say tadarruj, that he is. So if you say that أنه tadarruj, you're making this a جملة اسمية. So أنه is مبتدا, tadarruj is khabar. Fine. Then let's try and translate it and see if it makes sense. So أنه, he is. Tadarruj is a masdar. He is progression. Is that what we're saying? He is not progression. No, he's saying
Progress.
he is progressing. He is, taking it step by step. He is moving from this to this, step by step. Right? So that's
Yeah,
how
so
it, yeah,
tadarruja is
when
fail
you just
madi.
see it, you can either read it as a madi or you can read it as a masdar. You're right. So how do I know that it is not a
Right.
masdar? Context.
Okay. So if
Yeah,
this
any
is madi, we will translate as it progressed, right?
who translated as?
It progressed, or how we say it progressed, right? It's fail madi.
Yes. Yes.
So how we
Yes.
translate?
Yeah, progressed. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Sayyida Samia.
Sister Ilam corrects me because I don't remember exactly, but when you have tadarruja ila, you're proceeding to something, and when you have tadarruja fi, that means you are grading something.
Grading?
Grading, so
Yeah.
I was
Gradation.
thinking
Like, it's
because
the same meaning.
he's great. Yeah. So if it is like a harf, that is a prepositional phrase, then it can be a simple, like, should we still place it like a tamiz then?
Yeah, because it's okay, grading. Grading in what sense? Gradually moving. Gradually moving in what sense? So it's still offering.
Grading, like for levels, like something levels. You're putting levels. So he
Exactly.
is putting the levels of
No,
amazement.
no, no,
So
no, not in
yeah,
that meaning.
you got my meaning.
No, it doesn't come in
No?
that. No, here it's not in that meaning. It's not saying that he's putting the amazement in levels. Grading in a way that it is moving in grades. It is gradually moving. Gradation. It's not putting in
Yeah.
levels.
So because it's saying bihasbi quwwatihi, like it is according to the strength, there's a grading. There's one simple astonishment, ajib, and then it becomes la shayin ajib, and then we have la shayin ujab.
Yes.
So the strength of it is increasing, right? So
Yes.
you got my concept.
Yeah.
I think you got my concept.
Yeah. I understand. I think we're saying the same thing, but
As tamiz, or is it a simple preposition? Hmm.
so okay, my internet is a bit unstable. So I don't understand why when you say it is a simple preposition, or why is it a tamiz? Like, how are you differentiating the two? Because to me, they're more or less the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So تدرج في شيء يعني تصعد درجة. To increase step by step. That is تدرج. To progress step by step. That's the idea.
Hmm.
And you're progressing in terms of what?
Hmm.
So if I said, just think about it in English. If I said, you have progressed very well. The question is in terms of what? In terms of my work, in terms of my studies, in terms of, in what sense? It's ambiguous. So you have to bring in the tamiz to clarify in what sense specifically. And so I'm saying تدرج, he's saying تدرج في العجب. He progressed in terms of amazement. You understand? So that's why in this case, في العجب, can serve as a تمييز to تدرج.
Yeah, my concept a little hazy. So can we take it as a simple direct maf'ul?
No, it's not a مفعول به. Because
No,
you don't
that's what I
progress
was
something. It is
That's what I
تدرج
was
is
at.
لازم. Yeah?
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
lazim.
so it cannot be مفعول به.
They can come in the form of jar majroor. They
If
are
it's
like
متعدي بحرف, but
في
in this
محل
case it's
nasab,
not
something
متعدي
like that.
بحرف.
Okay.
Yeah, so the only time we say that jar majroor is a
Okay.
مفعول به to a لازم فعل is if that فعل is متعدي بحرف. Yeah. Yeah, there's
Okay.
a lot of concepts there.
Okay. I'm missing out some. Okay. Jazakallah khair.
Yeah, so a لازم فعل can never have a مفعول به. Never. But we can take that لازم and we make it متعدي بحرف. Right? So when it is متعدي بحرف, then it takes on a مفعول به. I don't know if my connection is stable and you guys are
Okay.
hearing me well. I hope so. But yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, alhamdulillah.
We can hear you.
Okay. Any other questions?
Sister Ilham, this ajibu min from min it's maf'ul bihi of ajibu from min. They were amazed at.
Yes. So now you see like عجبة, it's متعدي بحرف.
From-
So that's why we are saying min is the مفعول به.
So from min it is.
Yeah.
Okay, muta'addid. Okay.
Yeah, so about this فعل تدرج, when it is متعدي, it means to actually walk down or to take the steps, to walk on the stairs. So تدرج السلم, for example, to climb the ladder. Right? So if in that sense, climb what? Climb the ladder. In that sense, it becomes متعدي. But in this sense of progression, progressing of an idea, then it is lazim. But in the physical sense of climbing something or going down stairs, something, then it becomes متعدي. Any other questions?
Having one. Sister Ilham from Zakara. And Zakara, he mentioned that they were amazed from what the warner came among them came to them, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
for Zakara, it's a fail, and from annahum till minhum, it's the maf'ul bihi of Zakara.
Yes.
And for
Exactly.
Ajib, again, Ajibu, it's a muta'addi bil harf. So for Ajibu, the maf'ul bihi is from min till minhum.
Yes. So many brackets.
Is it correct?
Yes, you're right.
That's it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, cool. Any other
It looks
clarifications?
like a Pakistani family with so many kids.
Subhanallah. Yes, that's Arabic. Yeah, always so many brackets. So many family members.
We have grandparents, we have so many things, and chachas and chachus and popas and popis and everyone.
All right. I think that's a good place to stop. I have bombarded you today with a lot of concepts from حسب to من العجب as a تمييز, and I think that's enough for today. So let's stop there. You can just think about حسب فحسب. So as we wind up, because I know this is a fairly new concept and you will forget it, and that's okay. And then you will hear it again and then something will come back, and then you'll forget it, and then we'll come back to it again until it becomes like mudaf ilay. Right now, when you see a mudaf ilay, it's like second nature. And at some point, and that's because you came across mudaf ilay so much that it's just second nature. At some point, also these difficult concepts, the more you hear about them, the more you practice them, the more it becomes nature. But just as a summary, حسب ما أو حسب السياق نائب مفعول مطلق. حسبك or حسبي الله مبتدا خبر. Those are the two main things I want you to take from this whole session today. حسب ما نائب مفعول مطلق. حسبك or حسبي الله مبتدا خبر. The other ones will come later. But those are the two main ones because it's important. We will see حسبك. Inshallah, next time he would mention hasbuk at some point here. So yeah. Okay. We can stop there, inshallah. No thinking for now. Yes. Don't think, but just inshallah, hopefully, don't forget the concepts. Okay, let's stop there. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. See you guys next week.
Waalaikumsalam.
You said you discuss about
May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep you in rahmah, afiyah, naima, ameen, summa ameen.
Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Sayyidah Fahima, you wanted to say something? Or you were saying something?
yeah, you said that you in the class you discuss about the timings of times of the class or something.
Oh, yes. Oh, now the other people have left. Let's pick it up in the chat group.
Okay. Okay.